Anandanagar has been divided into 12 different zones, and they are called also Anandanagar, mini Anandanagar, like Shambal Anandanagar, Kaushiki Anandanagar, Bhairavi Anandanagar, Bhavani Anandanagar, Tarun Anandanagar, Maloy Anandanagar, Mohan Anandanagar, Arun Anandanagar, Gopal Anandanagar, Pinaki Anandanagar, Saikat Anandanagar, and Madhya Anandanagar, which is the central Anandanagar. So, so some of them, from central you go to the south, and mostly the development will be on the south side and the western side, and to the eastern side. In the northern side, if you go, then you go towards to Bokaro. So there are also projects given there, but most of them are given in the southern side. So and for those of you who are interested, this is the guideline about what is the area of each of these Anandanagar. And of course it requires somebody who's familiar with the entire planning of the master to be able to understand this. And this is just for the central Anandanagar. These are the road network. It was actually made by our friend Acharya in Austin, Dhyanesh. He's a landscape architect, and he came to Anandanagar and he helped us to draw this entire names of this, because for a new person it is very difficult there's so much which has been given in such a short place, that to understand the entire planning, one really, we need actually to create a team of people for the master planning of Anandanagar. Now Anandanagar is connected by train and road networks to Purulia, Bokaro, Ranchi, and there is a Pundag railway station 1 kilometer away from central Anandanagar, 2 kilometers. And the roads are called saranis, junctions, modes. Up-saranis are called lanes and by-lanes. And they have been named after scientists, musicians, social workers, great thinkers, and thought leaders, as I mentioned earlier. And these are some of the names, but there are more. And it may not be completely inclusive of all the names, but he just wanted to give an indication. Like Madame Curie, Sigmund Freud Corner, Newton Compound, Einstein, Satyendra Bose, Jagdish Bose, Oliver Twist of Charles Dickens, Shakespeare, Tulsidas, Shubhankar, mathematician, Bhaskaracharya, great astronomer, Tansen, a great musician, Mahatma Gandhi, a great social reformer, Subhash Bose, Kalidas, Chandidas, Vidyasagar, educationist, Gautam Buddha, founder of the Buddhism, and Dharmapal Dipankar, who carried Buddhist thought to Tibet and other places. Socrates, Pythagoras, Copernicus, Bernard Shaw, Omar Khayyam, Tolstoy, Aurobindo, Ramanuja, Romain Rolland, Mujib Rahman, Rabindranath Tagore, Valmiki, Vidyapati, Lokmanya Tilak, Patanjali, Amar Singh, who was the advisor to Akbar, Betal Bhatt, Khudiram, Dalton, Vivekanand, Ashwasthama, Satyavaha, Angirasa, great sages, very ancient sages, Agastya, Panini, the grammarian, from Gandhar, from Afghanistan, Mandan Mishra, Shankaracharya, Gargi, Surdas, Qazi Nazrul Islam, Masendra Nath, Michael Madhusudan Dutt, Maitreyi, Marconi, Mirabai, Vedvyas, Ustad Alauddin, Lopamudra, Lakshmibai, Leelavati, Aryabhat, Dharacharya, Vara, Mihir, and Dhanvantri, the greatest surgeon and medical scientist born on this earth, Dhanvantri, Betal Bhatt, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Maharishi Kanad, Padma Sambhav, Maharishi Kapil. Now, this is just to give you a small, preview of how his mind of the founder was working when he was giving, all these roads after the names of behind all of this. Means he was recognizing the greatest thing, people who have come on this earth. He honored them. He gave them respect. And he said, in fact, that we should make books which will have all these people's life history, where they lived, what they did, what were their contributions, and that has to be prepared. And this is one of the work for Gurukul also, that we have to do. It requires many people, so to honor the luminaries of the past. So to build healthy and successful society, it is important to understand humans' nature and necessities. That is why we need to fulfill not only material, physical needs, but also mental and spiritual needs. There should be balance between the different spheres of life. So this is our central office. I think many of you who have visited have seen it, and then there are different pathways. This is the like the meditation hall, Central Jagrati, and there's regular meditation. And now they have many like this which have been built. Also, there is one now close to the dam which has been built at the Memorial Hall Dam, and there also is more than 5,000 people can sit in that hall. And this is the rotunda, which is where all the recreation concerts and it's 600-700 people can sit there at one time and enjoy the and this is where the dam has been built. And where I remember 20 30 years ago in the summer there was no water, and we had to just we used to go to take bath in the river because we didn't have buildings at that time. So we used to live in huts, and when we would have to go out for the morning duties also in the forest, and then the water we would take from these rivers, and there was very little water. Sometimes we had to, in the sand beds, we had to dig a little bit, and then we used to get water from there. And now, of course, the things have changed. It's amazing that there's so much water that you can fly boats there. This is the naturopathy center also, where you can detox yourself. And then he has also given homage to extinct and dying species, and given gates in the names of different creatures. Jambuk Toran and Ulkamukhi Toran, and means like fox and bear and mammoths and swans and deers and different shardul, tigers gate and wolf gate, and like this. So Arabat Toran. So he even specified what should be the location of these different gates just before Mujib mode on Pracheta Sarani, or after Jimut Vahan mode means turn on Sutresha Rand Sarani. So it's you can see that he was very specific in what. Then another beautiful thing which he did was that he also created a memento to all the people who have sacrificed, the spiritual warriors, the Dichis, who became immortal by their sacrifices, and they will live forever. And the different units have been named after them to remember and honor them. Like Parshivananda, Amitananda. Amitanji was the first rector master of Anandanagar. Tyageshwarananda, Bhaveshwarananda, Ajitananda is Bhaveshwarananda, not Bhaveshananda, is still alive. Ajitananda, Atulananda, Didi Uma, Divyananda, Asimananda, Abhedananda, Ravi Sarkar, Prabhas, Avad, Subhash, Ramananda, Vijayananda, Nigmananda, Sachidananda, Didyananda Bharti, Raghunath Prasad, Shraddhananda, Samanvayananda, Haratmananda, Dev Shraddhananda, Chandranaji, Rudreshwananda, Rameshananda, Dhruvananda, Ananda Pracheta, Piyushananda, Tadbhavananda, Chidananda, Hitbratananda. He was the principal of the music college, and he died from the, this lightning. It fell down and he died immediately. So you can see that this is just to give example that when we do things, we have to, just like our we say Pitri Purushe Bhyo Nama, Rishi Deve Bhyo Nama, Brahmapanam Brahmahavi, Brahmaganyo Brahmahutam, Brahmeva Tenaganatavyam Brahma Karma Samadhina. We have to pay respects to our ancestors and to people who have contributed so much for the development of our mission and for the development of society. So there are many pilgrimage spots. There's Asti Pahad, there's Navchakra Guha, there is Bansgad. It's very beautiful, pristine area. There's Kapil Pahad. Maharishi Kapil was the person who founded Sankhya philosophy. He lived only 20 kilometers away from Anandanagar. And there is now, we had built up something there. And old Jain temples and the origin of the Kangasati River, Belamu Hill, and so on and so forth. I mean, there are Deer Park and Kirtan Mandap and Aryabhat Sire and hospital and so on. So these are, you need to have some time when you go to Anandanagar. You cannot finish it all in 1 week. You really need to stay there for some time to enjoy it and the whole. So this time, there were 20 Russians who were there, and they spent 3 months, 2 months there, and they were able to enjoy. They got music classes there while they were there, and Prabhat Sangeet classes. So this is Dulghata ancient temple. Jain temples are there in that area. This is the Asti Pahad, full of fossils. And Patti Jhalda Gram, the birthplace of Kapil Muni, the founder of Sankhya philosophy. And this is the Nav Chakra Guha, which was discovered. And when somebody went inside, they found there were bats inside. But after clearing it, they went inside and they found engravings, on the wall. And so they took images of that and they brought it to the founder, to Baba, and then he explained. He says that, oh, this is the remnants of an ancient tantric civilization, and this, what you see, this is just the symbols of Navachakra. This explains the different chakras. So then he explained what all these things meant. And so now still people cannot go inside. It's not easy to go in, but those things are still being preserved. And this is the Dimdiha hill. It is the eastern part of Anandanagar, a volcano lava erupted hill. It is oldest volcano lava hills in the world, Rad, Bengal, Kolkata, India. Okay. Then, so these are just visits to these beautiful places, Dakshina River. And this is one of my co-presenters who could not be present, but as you can see, they're very beautiful. These are also Tantra Pithas. And there you can see me. Of course, this was just a photograph, just because the area is very nice. But there, these Mandasana is human skull, monkey skulls, snake skull, deer skulls, shedigal skulls. Panchavati has different plants like Bhat, Ashwatha, Amlaki, Neem, and Bilwa, and Shimul. So there are many such Anandanagar plants. And this is from our museum. As you can see, the fine, delicate things which have been fossilized. And it was very heavy, about 10 kilograms at least. And probably it is the head of some mammoth. So, and then there are these spiritual centers, which also the founder gave. They are called MG quarters. Madhu Karnika, which is at Central Anandanagar. Madhu Kakali, which is in Bhairavi Anandanagar, in the far western area. Madhu Mangala and Madhu Murchana in the also far far south, sorry. And Madhu Kalika in Dimdiha, and Madhu Malloy in the east part. And then he specified what type of plants should be planted there, like Madhu Champa, Kantak Champa, Magnolia. Kantak means which is thornless type of Chandasika should be planted in all of these empty quarters.